CBS The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Thomas has now lost everything. Since leaving the company, he only has a small amount of money saved. The previous cards were all cut off by Eric and Ridge. They want Thomas to pay for the bad things he did. Thomas spends lavishly because he thinks he'll soon find a job before his talent. Thomas is a famous designer, so he's quite confident, yet no one accepts Thomas because of his bad reputation. The fact that Thomas was fired in the design world knew that they did not want to accept him, so Thomas is now out of money. Thomas reached out to Eric and Ridge to beg, but no avail, as no one wanted to help him. Will Thomas do anything to get money here? When he can't make money, does Thomas have a choice to rob or blackmail? What will happen? Meanwhile, Thomas had a good idea when not long before he and Paris had a one-night stand. When they wake up, the two of them will act like it's nothing, as Paris doesn't want to break up with Zende. She only liked Thomas before, not as pathetic as now. Thomas also doesn't want to lose his brotherly relationship with Zende because of his current situation now. But now Thomas was so poor he couldn't live without money. Besides, Thomas also approved this one-night stand, so Thomas decided to blackmail Paris. Every month she had to give him money to spend because Thomas knew Paris could not afford to give him a large sum of money. Otherwise, he will tell Zende. Will Paris be intimidated or not? If she didn't accept it, what would be the outcome? However, this was really too much of a myth. Paris did not accept when she did not have much ability to give the amount that Thomas asked for every month. Paris did not expect Thomas to be so infamous. While that night both of them were drunk and out of control, decided not to mention it, but used this as a threat. Paris feels contempt for Thomas without thinking about the consequences when she angers him. Thomas was furious at being despised by Paris and not even threatened by him. There was nothing left to lose in his life, so Thomas went to Zende and told Zende about this. Zende will surely be furious. The brotherly relationship between Zende and Thomas would certainly end here. Will Zende break up with Paris, or will she forgive her after learning this truth? What does Paris have to do to make Zende ignore this? Besides, Zende immediately went to Paris to ask about this. Paris knew that Thomas had indeed reached out to Zende and talked about this. Paris is really scared that Zende will break up with her. At this point, she could only explain that she was so drunk that night she couldn't control it and she made that mistake. Paris truly loves Zende and promises never to do it again. But how could Zende accept this? Because he loved her, he ignored a lot of her bad past. But while in love with him, she continued to lie with him like this. How can Zende continue this love? Does Zende know Paris used to be like Thomas? Maybe if he knew, he would definitely break up without listening to any explanation from Paris. Will Zende and Paris' love story end because of this for real? How will things turn out?